Oh, well, now I just have to wait. Why is the bitrate so... Oh, never mind, it fixed itself. Yeah, okay, I guess now we're waiting some more. Yay. Gotta love it. Yeah, let's just wait this out because, you know, OBS is a fucking prick. Thanks, OBS, you make my job harder all the damn time. I can't even properly start this shit. Escape. I'm running through this world and I'm not looking back. I know I can go when no one's ever gone and I'm not looking back. So how will I know when I get there? Know what to read. I start from somewhere. It's right there for me. Visibility never ending. I see it. I see it. It's all in my head. I see it. I see it now. I see it now. Okay, let me reach my laptop here. This screen time is gonna break my neck. That's better, I'd say. It's great to have a neck gun. Inside you, better all let it out, 'cause I'm inside of you. Wait, what? I'm just killing time at this point. Let's see you guys are here. Glad to see you guys are here. Wait, what's that, Ruby? Hold up, what? I never knew that. Huh. Alright, it's new game time. Alright, let's get into one of the best looking cutscenes of all time. Why does it say I'm still alive in the other thing? Oh, I love this. Let's see it. Oh, I have watched this like so many goddamn times now. Those do be robos, though. Boom, 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 boom.
You little... Huh? We're not getting away!
Honestly, I don't have much to say. I'm just busy watching this masterpiece right here. Yeah, I can't argue and say something like, oh, this is the absolute peak of Sonic or whatever, but like, still good. I think he's cutting out because people are banging around doors down there or whatever.
Sonic! I'm sorry. Really, look, go easy on me. I'll turn over a new leaf, I swear. Just give me a chance.
Well, this is new. Showing remorse, Eggman? If you played nice, I wouldn't have to break all your toys.
Gotcha.
Oh. That's actually pretty good information to know. Oh, my damn back and neck. That is a penis, sir. Why did you make a penis-shaped gun? But out of context, that sounds fucking wrong. Sir Dr. Eggman, why did you make a penis-shaped space station? Just cause he felt like it, I guess. Yeah, that's a good point! The fan dubs are great. Have you actually seen the recent playthrough of the PS2 version of this game? Because the people who do the fan dubs also do the Let's Plays, and for a lot of them it's basically just bringing in the yeah. But for a lot of them it's basically bringing in the energy from the dubs. It's great. Their Unleashed PS2 one was really funny. Oh yeah, it's just, you know, Satan. Now look at Satan, isn't he so cool? Boy, I sure would love to be Spider-Man near Satan, because I'm sure nothing bad can happen from that. Not a thing.
Success! A brilliant success! It's just as the Gaia manuscripts foretold! The entity that was sealed within the planet has awakened. Now I just need to harness its power. Eggman Land will finally come to be!
If only it was that simple. Oh wait, it actually is that simple in this game. Because the bastard does it.
So long, friend!
And thus, Sonic fucking dies. You see this title card that's coming up? That's actually the screen showing he died, and the rest of the game is him in purgatory, having to make up for his sins. God, those theories are so fucking easy to make. Oh boy, loading screen. Have I played Unleashed? Yeah, I have Unleashed and Unleashed PS2. Unleashed is so much better on Wii than PS2, but I'd still consider it like a 6 out of 10. It has a lot of issues. You know, like how Sonic Colors shoves you in random acts of like bouncing on springs and shit? Unleashed does it, but at least it calls them side acts. So, you know, I'm not gonna get as mad at Unleashed for it as I do at Colors. Because there's like a fun fact for you about Colors. In the files, you can actually see that the game was only meant to have 2 acts per level with 3 side missions and a boss fight. Just like the DS version. But late in development, they cut up some acts into 2 and then slapped all the main acts into one thing to try and extend game time. Because who'd pay £60? Who'd pay £60 for a 1 hour long game? Sonic Superstars? Who would do it?
I taste bad.
You okay? Nothing broken?
Everything's broken, dipshit.
Oh, I'm just fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Monster Guy.
Mr. Monster Guy? Looks like...
Yeah, he's just some monster guy.
Yeah, look at those teeth and those claws. What's your name, anyway?
I'm Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog. And you are?
Huh? What is my name? I don't know. I can't remember.
To be fair, ratio of day to night stages is still pretty damn off in this version too.
I remember something falling from the sky.
So like, I wouldn't exactly say it's perfect here either.
All white. And then nothing. I can't remember a thing past that.
Uh-oh. Did I fall on him?
Sonic, you fucking murdered him.
What can I do? Where do I go from here? What'll I... I'm hungry.
Hey, don't worry. I'll help you get your memory back.
Really? You mean it?
Absolutely. I'm sure we'll...
No, I've still seen these two interact.
Oh, thank you. You're the best, Mr.
Out of the 2000s trend of giving Sonic some new friend to be along with him for the story, I would say Chip is... I wouldn't say he's the best because Molina exists, but I'd say he was pretty up there. Yeah, but if you had to start factoring the DLC, then that becomes like the Frontiers problem of was the game unfinished at launch. And yeah, I'll criticize Unleashed here for a second. That DLC was on beta discs. That DLC could have been in the base game, but they made it DLC, which is bullshit. Also, triggers being used for drifting. That was a late minute addition. It was meant to be just on the B button for a while. Which means they were probably expecting you to not be boosting while drifting. Which explains so much. Because if you take off the boost while drifting, it does feel considerably better. Because there's no way in heck you're holding both X and B comfortably for any period of time. Alright, yeah, you can home attack things that are off screen. I completely forgot you can do that with the way Frontiers and Forces handle it. Of it having to be on screen before you can attack it. And to be fair, with Unleashed, they do try and balance out the data. Ugh. They do try to balance out the day-to-night ratio with all the bonus missions. Yeah, Colors, as I said before, has the problem of if you go into the files of Ultimate, you can find some beta assets that kind of show that a lot of levels were split in two.
Look at the Chaos Emerald.
So in the DS version of Colors, you have Act 1, 2, boss fight, and then 3 bonus missions. And it looks like that was the structure Colors was meant to have. Before it got changed very late in development, some levels got cut in half, and then all the bonus missions were made into mandatory missions. Which is why Colors kind of feels all over the place, and why its gimmicks feel like they were right off a Sonic Forces bonus level. They were meant to be. and at the last minute, because I guess we can't sell a game like that for 50. Ah, shit. Add in load times and make the extra missions mandatory. You know? That's also my big problem with colors. It does lie a lot about things.
Supreme.
You said it. Enjoy it, kiddo. Satisfaction.
Oh wait, I gotta listen to this thing.
You get your money back.
Hey!
Oh, I love it.
We gotta listen to how he says this, because I can guarantee you, him saying shit is gonna be funny as fuck.
This chip whatever stuff is great.
If you say so. How about you give me a hand and help look for somebody who knows you, Chip?
Yeah, here it is, here it is.
Chip?
Gotta call you something, don't I? What do you think?
Yeah, Chip. Chip. I love it.
Now, what do you say?
Yeah, shit, I love it, yeah! Yeah, you're more familiar with the handheld side of these games than I am, Ruby. I played a lot of the DS games. But, like, that's really it. Oh right, Sun and Moon medals! The absolute worst part about this game. That's not something I'll even try and defend, it is terrible. Like, objectively terrible design. So this is my favorite game of all time. It, does have a lot of problems with it, and I won't try and argue that. I'm just so familiar with the game, they're not that big of problems to me. Because usually I can get about all 120 by the time we get to Adabat. Usually.
Go!
Whee! Oh, you can definitely hear that. Yeah, by drifting you actually gain boost meters, so that's what I'm doing. I've played Advance 1 and I've tried Advance 2 and 3. But they can never really pull me in, or maybe that's because I was playing on an emulator for 2 and 3. Because cartridges are really hard to come across in the UK for those two, and they're always so damn expensive. Oh, I just love the way this game looks. Like, yeah, you can tell some things are just low poly models. But if we would say compare this with some of the Frontier stuff, yeah, I'd still say this is better in a lot of aspects. And I'm missing collectibles, damn it. I mean, this still looks better than Frontiers does in some ways. There you go. Bonk, bonk, ba-donk. I'll probably just go for about 2 hours or so. So we should be able to get to about Rooftop Run by then. I just wanted to have some fun with playing the game, you know? I figured, why not make an event out of it? Woo! Feeling good! Get used to hearing that. You'll start to be feeling good after a while. Down here, there we go. A moon medal. Ah! It's not what I meant to do, but you know what, I'll take it. Oh, I didn't hit the checkpoint. It's until I can... I mean, ever since Frontiers, I stopped caring as much about the voice actors and just the performance they give. I think what was killing it for me with Roger was just that he didn't sound natural all the time. Like, take Boom, right? In Boom, he sounds so good. Mostly because they adjusted the character to fit the voice. You know? And now come Frontiers, were take the story a little bit more seriously and all that. Like, I'm not opposed to Sonic being comedy, you know? Like I said, Boom was absolutely fantastic. It was a great show. In terms of the games, they just didn't really have the writing to support somebody like Roger. Because while Roger does do a lot of stuff, like for example being Diamond Head in the Ben 10 reboot, you know, I'd say that the material he was given was messing with the way I was perceiving his voice. And like movie 2 also made me appreciate Tails' voice actor, fuck I forgot the name, a lot more than the games ever could until Frontiers.
Finding anyone who knows me.
Especially with Lost World, where he was just some jackass.
Your memory will come back.
What was even with that?
Remember anything yet?
Nope.
Oh boy, it's time for Mr. Monster Guy to be back.
Sonic? Whoa. Mr. Monster Guy is back.
So when the sun goes down, I turn into this?
Are you okay, Sonic?
I'm fine. I just need to be careful who sees me like this.
Sonic! Sonic, look!
What is it?
Oh, it's hopeless. The whole planet is split apart. We're doomed.
Yeah, I think most people have this weird love for Jason out of nostalgia. Cause like, I think Jason was good in Unleashed and Black Knight. But those weren't the only 2 games he was in. And for a lot of them, he didn't really give the best performance. Like, take 06 for example, right?
Sonic?
06, his performance was, wow, I sure do have to extend this so that we can meet the quota, because we're not adjusting these Japanese cutscenes. Oh shit, I need to extend out my dialogue. Let me over-enunciate every single word. And I think that was ultimately the problem, that they never adjusted any of the cutscenes for the English dub. So the English dubbers kind of had to stretch out those sentences to try and make it fit the animation. Yeah, okay, that was both of them. Which is kind of my problem with the 4Kids era, and the Adventure era too, you know. It's why I think Heroes worked so well. They did adjust the Heroes cutscenes, and so the voice actors got to sound so much better. And that's kind of what was my like, it was kind of the inverse problem I had with Roger in the meta era, I guess we're calling it. Or I guess I'll just call it the Colors Effect era. Whatever the hell. Basically just, you know, well, the cutscenes were made with a Western audience in mind, but that meant playing up the jokes and playing down the actual story. In which Roger can do that well. Again, Ben 10 Reboot, Sonic Boom and all that. But the script wasn't with him, and that was the issue with him. And then they got Ryan Drummond, who was mostly just crippled because they had to over-enunciate everything to try and make, you know, let's try and make it fit the Japanese cutscenes. Which is why Adventure has those comical cutscenes. Yeah, I'll admit, I do not like Secret Rings. Like, at all. I don't like that much about Secret Rings, and I don't think his performance was that great there. Like, it was definitely better than something like, 06. But also, Riders, what the fuck are you on about? Bro, that shit was great. Riders 1 specifically, Zero Gravity had some other stuff going on. You ever played Free Riders? Because, like, I was obsessed with that game as a kid when we first got the Kinect. But then the problem was, you know, it was the goddamn Kinect. So it either didn't last that long or we sold it because it was the fucking Kinect. And yeah, that game had a different problem compared to everything, of because there was no visuals, it was just, you know, PNGs. Roger really had to carry the cutscenes with just his voice. But since the cutscenes and writing was so fucking horrible, you know, it was a case of, he had to carry it with just the way he spoke. And that isn't gonna work for an entire game, especially a Riders game, which were notorious for having the most batshit insane plots you can think of. Which is why I still like Riders 1, even if I can't play it that well. Yeah, they did make like a Connect 3 patch, but you kind of have to get Xenia and like fiddle around with some things. When you're a kid, you're thinking, holy shit, I don't need a controller, I am God. But then you get older and realize, oh shit, I don't have a controller. Why the fuck can't I move right? The Wi-Fi here sucks so much. Yeah, you know, as I got older, the Kinect was a gimmick, but shoving it in every Xbox One was a massive mistake. They never recovered from. Alright, time for the button mashy sections. Although, you know, with Unleashed mode, you really can cut down the amount of button mashing you're doing. Almost as if that's a gameplay feature you should be taking advantage of. Yay! Yeah, like I said multiple times, this is my favourite game of all time. But I'm not going to argue like it's the best game of all time. The two are very different. My reason why this is my favourite game of all time is just the nostalgia around it. Like, I can't argue that. It was the game that was always there for me when others weren't, you know, that kind of shit. And also, I was like 5 when the game came out. Wow, we're gonna say that about good old furry boy the Fudgehog, huh? Yeah, I do agree. These can get pretty boring at times. But, you know, every game has that moment where they just get boring, and the Werehog stages do get a lot better later on. Except from Arid Sands. I don't know what the fuck is going on with that stage. I don't like it. The Shamar levels are weird, like... I was rewatching my Unleashed review I did like last year. God, it's been nearly a year already. And, I was dunking on Chunan a lot. And then I replayed it last month and I was like, yeah, it was totally deserved. I mean, this game has a lot of good combos in it. You just have to sacrifice literally everything else for it. And you really can't afford to do that. Yeah, let's find those damn medals. See, medal collection when you're the Werehog makes sense because you move so much slower. I think I could get all 10 sun medals. Because I'm at the point where I'm starting to memorize the location of every goddamn medal in some of these stages. Is it here? No. I know there's one. Oh, right, it was by the stairs. Right, I don't have the egg scramble. That is going to make things harder. Yeah, in terms of, like, the, Dark Age, you know, like, I still do love 06, but just because of how fucking broken it is. You know? You know, I'm of two minds of the gameplay here, right? Like, I love it because I know it inside and out, but I can't really expect that from somebody else who hasn't played the game before. So whenever you get frustrated, that is completely justified, because the game does just have bad design sometimes. Like, say, Chunan, where they tried to put in precision platforming into a boost game. Yeah, it didn't work out so well. Like, you could tell in a lot of ways this was the first boost game, but you could also tell it was basically the end of an era because, I don't know, Black Knight is in this weird boat. Also, another fun fact for you. Sonic and the Black Knight was made by the Colors team. Because Colors was just a port of Generations at first. That's not a joke. Colors was basically rushed out the door and only had I think it had about 11 months of development or so. Don't quote me on that. But Colors did not have a lot of time in development. And then Colors Ultimate had 2 years of development since it started in 2019. And we know that because the main UI artist actually came out and said it was started in 2019. It came out in 2021, so it took 2 years to remaster a game that had about 10 months of development. God, I cannot imagine why that game was a disaster. Although, to be completely open here, I do come back to Colors Ultimate more than regular Colors, just because it's easier for me to set up. And I do think for a one-game gimmick, you know, a crack at the God of War thing, this was fine. I mean, the combat here is about on level with Frontiers, but for very different reasons. You know, in the case of Frontiers, it's because of, you know, the gameplay being fast and frantic, but you only have about 12 moves. In this game, you have a lot of moves to play with to make it all more flashy and exciting. But it does get repetitive fast, so they're about on the same level. Of course, then you're taking the extra friends into account from Update 3, and then this one starts to win pretty easily. Because Update 3 royally fucked up Frontiers' combat by only giving Tails like 2 attack moves. Oh yeah, and then the damn da-da-da-da-da-da! You know, I loved Frontiers, because it gave me that same vibe as Unleashed does, you know? Of the first of, okay, we're trying something new and we're gonna stick with it kind of vibe, you know? Because I know with Unleashed, the main, like, goal was to get away from the stigma of 06. It feels like with Frontiers they were trying to get away from the stigma of Forces, but still leapt right into it with cyberspace. Although I'm kind of surprised they didn't steal any of the assets from cyberspace for Frontiers. I mean, Forces. Fuck, let me rephrase. Yeah, I've pretty much got all 10 medals now. I've memorized them. And it wasn't even something I tried to do, I just memorized it because I played the game so much. But for the longest time, I was only able to use, like a third-party controller. Come back to Frontiers for a minute. It's funny how the thing that literally sold this game, the boost stages, were basically an afterthought in that game. You know, knowing more about the game's development like I do now, Frontiers had a messy development. Chronos being split into multiple, all the platforming in sequences basically being a last-minute decision. That's the thing, though! They did shorten them! Like, in Forces, right? So by going into the files, you can find things like, you remember that one Metal Sonic boss fight? It actually originally had the, Golden Bridge, the Avatar stage, attached to it. So originally the Avatar stage was going to be both the boss fight of Metal Sonic and the Avatar stage. For cyberspace? Yeah, but not all of them were shortened. I'm just surprised they didn't take any from Forces, because that probably would have been really easy, all things considered. Now, when you say the cyberspace stages were shortened, I immediately go to the fact that 1-1 wasn't. Because 1-1 was already pretty damn short in this game. Alright, it's time to Hulk out. I'm gonna murder him, watch his health bar. no health bar for you. Actually, no! I wanna go to stasis! Status, whatever. Let's upgrade our combat. And let's upgrade our life. I'm never upgrading shield, by the way. I'm not doing it. And for as little sense as the stretchy arms make, I'm so glad he has them. Just because I don't think the combat would have been as fun without the stretchy arms. There you go. A rank, almost S. Yeah, I got all 10 medals. And see, that's kind of the point I wanted to make earlier. Is that I completely get why some people don't like this game. But, like, as long as they can understand that I don't like colours for pretty similar reasons to why they don't like this game, now that I think about it. Those guys were fucking A-posing, basically.
What are you doing out here?
Sonic, is that really you? That's a new look. What happened?
You know me. Never a dull moment.
Want some chocolate?
Thanks. That's some story. I'll bet that means that you turning into that and the planet breaking apart are somehow related.
I need to find Eggman.
Oh, damn! These two things that have happened. I wonder if they're related.
I know someone who might know something about what's going on here.
Oh, really?
Professor Pickle over at Spagonia University. I came to this city to gather some data. If we add that to his research findings, we might be able to get to the bottom of all this.
Spagonia? That's a continent over. An easy jog if the planet weren't broken.
No problem. My Tornado 1 will get us there in a flash. Let's get going.
Your Tornado 1? Buddy, that's the Tornado 3! You mistranslated as. Alright, time to do the, Okay, if there's one thing I'm okay with them missing out in Unleashed, it's this. Although, given that game already has, like, what, button prompts for story missions? Yeah, it is Tornado 3 in the Japanese dub. In fact, if you look on the side of the plane, it's called the Tornado 3. So I don't know how the fuck they fucked that one up. You know, Ruby, I would agree with you, but then Forces happened. And, you know, with the whole, like, bird people and shit, it did not look good. I get that's because most of them were just made in the avatar creation screen. It's, like, fair, but it doesn't stop them from looking fucking miserable. It's kind of hard to see at this angle, but that white writing on the left side of the plane, that says Tornado 3. So I don't know how they fucked that one up. Let's see if I can get that in better focus, but I couldn't. But on the topic of humans in games, I'd say Unleashed definitely pulled it off the best. But Sonic from the beginning was always meant to exist in the human world. Because things like the Sonic Bible, the Sonic Pitch Bible, say human world, and things like Christmas Island, which is a real place over here. It's just, I think, I don't know, when it comes to them, it's kind of hard to like not have a game that you can always go the Frontiers approach of just having the world be fucking empty. But when it comes to animals, you get problems like with Forces or the IDW comics, where a lot of them can seem half-assed. Because with human characters, you can't half-ass them, because in real life a lot of guys do look the same. But like, when it comes to the, you know, you're gonna make them all bright colours, and like fucking yellow, blue, green and shit, you gotta have distinctive features. It's like the ultimate alien problem, you know? Where all the humans look different, but all the animals look the same. I mean, aliens for Ultimate Alien Force. Like, because a lot of the time in UAF, the humans do look pretty different from each other. But then all the, like, aliens look the damn same. I think that was kind of the problem that we had with Forces and IDW. Where you can tell they all come from the same base, but changed slightly. So I'd be on board with the animal people if it didn't have the UAF problem. I can't believe I managed to strangle that in here. Alright.
Looks like we've got a beat.
That time limit there is just a time limit until the boss ends. You could just not fight the boss and still win. You know, fuck it, I think I'll just let the timer run out and prove it. I think this was the first game where Tamayo Watani no wait, that was was Tamayo Watani, did Tamayo Watani start in this game or 06? Because I know he had some previous work, but this is really where he got the role of major sound guy. I think it's either this or 06 and I can't remember. Yeah, I'll just let the timer run down to prove it. It is, yeah! I'll agree with you on that, it is pretty fucking whack. That's mostly just because you have to get a perfect combo. Yeah, like I said, UAF problem. I can't believe I fucking connected this back to Ben 10 somehow, but I did it. Go me. Yeah, I think we'll go for about another hour.
Go! Fire all weapons!
Try hit egg face. You'll probably shoot me. Also, fun little fact, the Xbox 360 version is capped at 30, while the PS3 version is uncapped and can go up to 60. But because of some caps, the PS3 has a much more unstable frame rate. So while it can go up to 60, it more often than not tanks down to about 20. Which, hey, started the tradition of following in Zelda's footsteps. You gotta remember those, yeah, there you go.
Energy levels dropping. What a disaster! Retreat!
Huh, didn't know about a robot chicken. What was I saying? That was my train of thought. Anyway, yeah, time limit. Now that time limit doesn't come back in any of the, what's it call it? Yeah, the time limit doesn't come back in the Eggman Land version of this. But it's also here. Yes and no, like... The loading screen debate is weird, because when it comes to Unleashed, the loading screen thing is usually because the 360 version actually installs itself onto your hard drive, while the PS3 version doesn't because the PS3 was weird for a while. Also, yeah, hold on, let me get out of this cutscene. There we go. Yeah, you see that? You can drift in the hub worlds. Heyo, dude. Welcome back. Yeah, I remember you. You put on the Springtrap profile picture in the, Freddy Fazbear video. The one where I broke the game and fixed Ruin by bringing 2 Freddys together.
This old man showed up with a whole pack of robots. They carried
Since when was Santa Claus sci-fi?
data and all.
It can't be.
That sure sounds like
That's the description I got from that.
We've gotta go help.
Sci-fi Santa.
If he got kidnapped that long ago, he's gotta be real hungry by now. And if I was that hungry, I don't know how long I
Big stomach.
would be dead.
It's in a big stomach. Which is where I got Santa from. Big stomach, big mustache, and a whole pack of robots. Bro just described sci-fi Santa Claus.
Even he's not.
But now I find actually
okay. Let's go and find the professor.
yeah, but not a financially shrewd Santa Claus, then we'd call him William Afton. No! Don't put that idea in my head, Ruby! No, don't put that idea in my head, I don't want to think about that. No! You know, if that did happen, then Tiny, hitting on young Ben, suddenly wouldn't be the only case of it. Because that's Ken Penders for you. See, I'll keep this drift going. Right, I don't have the air boost yet, but I am filling up the boost meter, I just can't use it. Come on, little girl, talk to me. I know you have the answers. Come on. Okay, we're moving the conversation along to something else. Okay. Alright, we're talking to the little girl. Now let's get the tails out of here. Let's go. Yeah, see, you probably should have kept that one to yourself, buddy. I'm not gonna lie here. Alright, we're back to edgy Wolf Sonic. Come on, furry, let's go. Woo! Yeah, Sonic. It's funny that Sonic is the size of a child. Of course, then we have Vanilla, who is attractive and apparently the size of a human mother. I couldn't finish that. Oh, I'm sorry, but that reference always just cracks me up. Vanilla is the size. No, she isn't. Vanilla's the size of I think a teenager. Bro, I was just making a damn reference. It's not that deep. Oh my god, grass! Better than Frontiers! Look at how damn pixelated that grass is! Man, Hedgehog Engine at its finest. Yeah, those two are in a weird sort of space, because I think Big is just a... I'm pretty sure Big is just a mutant atrocity, considering what we see Blaze as. Yeah! Basically! But you know, Sonic and Superstars, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, everybody is scaled to be the size of the Hedgehog characters. Also, is Eggman like 4 foot tall? I think Eggman's only 4 feet tall. Which is something I don't want to think about. Ah yes, I, Dr. Eggman, the most genius scientific mind in the world. I'm also a fucking teenager in size. Sometimes he has the Q of 1. There we go. Alright, let's move on. Although, you know, like, out of the racing I gotta say, Team Sonic Racing is underrated. It just needs more content. Because it was launched and it felt like it was going to be one of those games where Sega adds in content afterwards. But it was dead on day one, like Sega didn't want anything to do with it. But to be fair with Smash, you got Olimar there, and no matter what you do, he makes things weird. Since he's meant to be like, what, 2 inches tall? 6 inches at most? So realistically, Sonic is the size of a fucking ant. Then you have also got characters like Bayonetta, who are like, what, 6'2", I think? So I don't even know what to say about that one. Also, did you know Bayonetta is still partially owned by Sega? It's not a joke either, she is still partially owned by Sega. Yeah, that's fair. I need to play more Bayonetta 1. Now come on, if we're talking about Sonic Racing game, we all know the best soundtrack is Sonic R. Like, no competition. Purely on soundtrack alone, Sonic R already wins. But also, to be fair with Team Sonic Racing, its soundtrack is mostly just remixes. Some pretty damn good, some just meh. Let me just egg scramble these bitches. Oh, did you mean in terms of, like, compared to something like Mario Kart? Because I'll be honest, I haven't really touched the Mario Kart games in a while. To be fair, which ones do I even have? I don't actually think I have any Mario Kart games right now. It did! But you also gotta remember that it was mostly from Spagonia. And, like, Cool Edge as well. Which, great choices! But also, what was up with Rooftop Run in that game? Why did Rooftop Run have Sky Road? That never felt right to me. Although I'm glad for, which one was it? I think it was Seaside Hill? No, it was Ocean Palace. Well, they kept up the tradition of having You Can Do Anything in the soundtrack. That was just fun. I wouldn't say peak, but it was fun. But still, I gotta give it to Sonic R, man. You're not beating Sonic R when it comes to soundtracks in Sonic games. How could you avoid, you know, Supersonic Racing, and Can You Feel the Sunshine, and Can You Feel the Sunshine, and oh no, my body's been taken over by Tails Doll, please help. Also, I just skipped that entire section down there, huh? I mean, yeah, Unleashed does have a good soundtrack too, I won't argue that. Is it my favourite? I couldn't say it's my favourite. I think right now with just how much of Frontiers OST I've been using, my favourite has to go to Frontiers by default. Because in case you haven't noticed, for a lot of my videos, I do just use the Frontiers OST. It's just good shit. Although I do stick away from cyberspace songs. I wouldn't say Ride at Zero Gravity is in the contender for anything. It was a downgrade in a lot of ways. In fact, fun fact for you about Riders Zero G. For cutscenes, they still use the Riders model. Like, the PS2 quality ass models. Which, to be fair, makes sense because Riders Zero G came out on PS2 as well as Wii. Yo, that's a fair one! I've never played Billy Hatchet, but I'd love to. But being a GameCube exclusive, it goes for like the price of gold. Cause like, have you seen this shit? Like, say for Heroes, right? On PS2, Heroes is about £6. On what is it? On Xbox, it's about 6. On GameCube, it's 25. I still don't know if I'd say that about Riders, though. But like, my thing with Riders is that Riders was the game that got the guy to do the Secret Rings soundtrack. Because he was brought in for Riders, stayed for Secret Rings. And like, when it comes to the Secret Rings soundtrack, I realize once removed from the game, it isn't half bad. The problem is every time you go back to the main menu, it's 7 rings in hand! You know? Like playing Let the Speed Mend It in Frontiers. It fits so well. But in playing it in Secret Rings, it gets so boring and repetitive fast. Actually, no. Well, Storm the Albatross, kinda. Jet was a real, like, antagonist. Not even that. They weren't jokes, they were just funny. I tell of all of them, Storm was the one treated like a joke. Making Float is good, but then you get to Free Riders and the Babylon Rogues are jokes. But you also gotta remember that canonically the Babylon Rogues are fucking aliens. And that at the end point of Riders, you unlock their secret ancient burial ground or some shit like that, where there's a genie with a magic carpet. The Riders games are so unhinged sometimes. Like, yeah. And then it comes to Zero Gravity. It turns out, like, the gravity gimmick mostly just comes from, what's it called? Some ancient Babylonian artifacts. Like, it's so fucking all over the place, I love it! Alright, Unleash mode. At least I'm blocking out the da-da-da-da-da-da! You know what I'm surprised they didn't do for the Symphony? Actually have this song come back. Cause like, could you imagine just being in the middle of the Symphony, then suddenly hit da-da-da-da-da-da, start up, it'd be funny. It really was, yeah, I can't argue that. Oh yeah, I never noticed this before, but you see that off in the distance? That's Eggman's base! I never noticed that until one of my more recent playthroughs. Let's go, Sonic's whole best body here blocks it.
That's right, baby.
I'm casually S-ranking it. Let's get some more combat skills and then let's focus on strength. Yeah, what did we get for the 15th anniversary? It was 06 Riders and Genesis. Honestly, I'd say Genesis is the worst thing to come out of that era. Because instead of being some fucked up game that had some horrible history behind it, it was a port. And as Stealth, the guy who would go on to make, oh I don't know, this little game called Sonic Mania would prove, it really wasn't that hard.
How dare they call this culinary concoction food?
So I think it was just cobbled together at the last minute.
Use for a sandwich? The bread should be no less.
It, you know, problem right there.
One 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise and a pinch of black pepper. The contents, fresh cucumber, sliced thinly, if you please. Am I quite right, Tails?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I know I learned something here today.
Professor, it's good to see you haven't changed.
But tell me, what brings you here? The menu is hardly worth the trip, if you ask me.
No, Professor. We came here to rescue you.
Oh, I see. How rude of me. Right then, first things first. It's about time someone taught the chef here how to make a proper sandwich.
You can file a complaint later, Professor.
Let's get out of here before Eggman's welcoming committee shows up.
Oh, yes, quite. But let us be sure to collect the contents
Yeah.
of the vault before departing.
Like, Genesis is worse. Because like Colors Ultimate, it should have been an easy slam dunk. I'm not saying porting a game is the easiest thing in the world. I'm just saying it should have been possible to get the game fucking running at a stable frame rate. And even then with Colors Ultimate, you kind of get that it's because they had to switch game engines.
Chocolate, Professor?
Which I think for Genesis, they actually use the Rush engine. Or the Advance engine, I should say. So they kind of put Sonic 1, stuck it in the Advance engine, and then tanked the frame rate because the Advance engine wasn't built for the kind of sprites Sonic 1 uses. That's what I understand of it. Although I'm not saying Dimps developed it. Sonic Team seems to have been the one who developed it. You know, it's weird. Oh crap, I skipped the cutscene by default! Okay. It's gonna be a fun little trick I can't wait to show you guys later. Ooh, a Sun Medal! Oh yeah, this one has 4 Sun Medals in it for some reason. Can I go this way now? I can, nice. Yeah, Riders being the best thing to come out of the 15th anniversary is like really freaking weird to think about. But also, it was a smaller scale racing game. I can see why it was the... fuck. I can see why it was the one to come out, you know? It makes complete sense that it was the best thing to come out of it, because it didn't have some horrible history behind it, except from the fact it was a stolen idea. Yeah, that's right. Riders is a stolen idea of a GBA kit, right? So, there was an Xbox dev kit that was found, and on it had a prototype of something called Sonic EX-Treme, which was a hoverboard game featuring Shadow and Sonic. Now this prototype was in 2003, and it was made by the same team who actually made the Heroes cutscenes, because they weren't using Marza at that point. So, Sega kind of stole the Riders idea. Which, you know, I can't say... Shit, I skipped it again. I can't say that's the best thing in the world, you know? But, like, in terms of how the game fucking plays, it is a lot better. I won't argue that much. Alright, let's do this. Although I gotta say, Sonic's controls in this game are pretty freaking weird to get used to. Because, like, if I was to put this in terms of things that I'm more familiar with Unity, it's like they put an acceleration through the fucking roof. It's like we're still dealing with the heroes, you know, characters. Wait, there's actually a glitch I want to pull off. Hold on, let me restart real quick. M speed. Okay. There we go. Yeah, there we go. It's pulling it off. Let's see if we can try and pull it off here. Whoa! There you go. Oh, I love M speed. It's always so fun to pull off, but this is the only stage I ever actually do it in. And then, like, it is also in Generations. It's just way harder to pull off. I hate these pulls sometimes, man.
Here we...
Well, at least we have to do M speed again. Maybe this time we can properly pull it off. There we go. Okay, it's not going right. No more boost energy. Shit. Let's restart again.
Here we... go!
I think that's more of just because Unleashed is built on the backbones of 06. So it shares a lot of the same problems 06 did. But it also carries over a lot of the great control things that were in that game, because say what you want about 06, but it still does, you know, feel better to play than something like Shadow. Which, I have my own hatred for Shadow. It is my least favorite game of all time. But that's like for a different day. If I could just hit this damn spring. There we go, okay. But I think in terms of how every game that Sonic's been able to control slowest at with a boost formula, you know, being Unleashed, Gens, Forces, and Colors. Colors definitely has the best slow movement controls. Probably because they knew it was a 2D platform, so I mean that was probably integral. So yeah, I do have my problems with Colors. But I still admit it's a good game. And I don't deny it was exactly what the series needed at the time, because it really needed something like Colors at the time. But when its effects are still being felt even to this day with something like Superstars, you know, that's when we start to have problems with Colors. Because all my issues with Colors aren't the fault of Colors, it's the fault of what came after Colors. As it is, if Colors just kept the original structure of 2 major acts and then 3 bonus acts, I genuinely don't think I'd have a problem with that game other than the, you know... Yeah, Colors definitely are the best 2D gameplay. Like, including Frontiers now, it's still the best. Because, like, 2D Frontiers is terrible! Nah, shit. Yeah, 2D Frontiers is freaking terrible. Like, Forces had surprisingly good 2D, but that's just because, you know, the physics was so fucked. You kept so much momentum when jumping. Like, you could fucking fly with the boost in that game. That was the best part of the game. But in Frontiers, it took until Update 2 for me to even say 2D was acceptable. Like, the 3D in that game, like 3D Cyberspace stages, I think they're great, honestly. But in terms of the 2D, yeah, I want to say it, Forces was better than Frontiers. Okay, I'm going to start skipping cutscenes now. It's not like you can even hear them over my ramblings anyway.
My egg beetle's claws will tear you to shreds! Are you fast enough to dodge?
Damn it, I wanted to get that medal. It's fine, we'll come back around. This is what goes around. I was replaying Frontiers earlier, those Titan themes are just stuck in my head. Damn it, I missed it again. Keep hitting this guy, I gotta remember to control my speed better. Looking back and forth at chat keeps messing with me. I just want to get this damn medal, man! Oh, I'm definitely not getting that medal. So might as well try and run past it. But like I was saying with colours, if they just kept the original structure of 2 major acts and 3 bonus acts, I genuinely wouldn't have the issues I do with it. My issues are all the bonus acts you have to do. Because you can almost pretty much tell they wasn't meant to be ones that you have to do. Well, for me, it's gonna be Find Your Flame, just because it's attached to the best boss fight in that game, Fight Me. I'm Here Revisited is great, but the boss fight it's attached to does make me question, like, if I should like it that much. Just because that Supreme just can't seem to ever have a good boss fight. I'm never getting that damn medal, am I? See, the base Supreme boss fight is terrible because it's just Giganto. But the Update 3 boss fight is terrible just because of how, you know, little they fucking explain. Once you do know what you're doing, his health bar goes down so damn fast. I got it. His health bar goes down so damn fast. Okay, this boss fight is taking way longer than I thought it would. Like, if I were to rank the Titans right now, it would be Wyvern, Original Supreme, Update 3 Supreme, Giganto, and then Knight. I don't like Wyvern. And unfortunately, Update 3 with its bullshit didn't make me like it anymore either.
Same as ever, all bark and no bite.
I just like doing little tiny hops though. But yeah, I would have put Wyvern above Supreme if it wasn't for the Master King Coco trial. Yeah, sure, let's move on.
Is that the Temple of Gaia?
Let's check it out.
Whoa, awesome. What is this place?
Hey, Sonic, there's something weird here, right in the middle.
No, it ain't. This always confused me. Where is the temple? Oh god! Oh no! A cataclysm! Oh, actually no, it's all fine. Yeah, the Gaia Gates... I do think the Gaia Gates were good. But, like, they really needed to be expanded if they're going to be in HD. Just because HD doesn't have the same life system as SD Unleashed does. Then again, calling this game HD wouldn't even be correct, because it runs at, like, 600p, I think. And to be HD, it has to run at 720p or higher. So the game looks weird. It's just because it is internally running at, like, I think it's about 540p. Ventus! And that's mostly just for a, like, performance reasons, because this game already looks already runs terribly as it is. I do think a port of this game would, do it some real wonders. Oh yeah, I can do this trick now. Hold on. There's just something I want to show you guys. I want to see if I can pull it off first time. There we go, right. So what you want to do is come to this rail, jump onto it with a ton of speed, and then... Ah, fuck. It's all fucked up. Right, so what you want to do is not jump on it with a ton of speed. There we go, right. Oh, I missed it. Basically, I'm trying to get onto this rooftop. Yeah, honestly, Origins isn't that bad now with Plus. Because Ultimate is still in a really rough state. But with Ultimate, it's because they switched engines from an internal proprietary engine over to a, basically, think Unity, but open source. That's where a lot of Ultimate's problems came from. They put it in an engine that was open source. There we go, I did it. Great. So, we just do this, and boom. There is a second invisible wall here you can't get over. But I mean, hey, we're back here. I don't like how his shoes clip into the ground here, but I guess that's just because we're not meant to be here. Yeah, look! There's the gate! I wonder, what happens if I wait till night over here? I've never tried this before. Yeah, that always looks so painful. But yeah, like I said, Colors Ultimate.
Found you, Sonic!
No Stalker Amy. With Colors Ultimate. Oh, the cutscene! Don't do it again. Yeah, with Colors Ultimate and Origins, it's because they moved the engine. Like for Origins, it was a case of trying to slap the mobile ports on PC and consoles without really wanting to put in the effort to make it good like that. But then for Colors Ultimate, it's because they switched it to an open source engine. I cannot tell you how badly that had messed things up. And that game was in development for 2 years. You know, Colors Ultimate started development in 2019. Came out in like late 2021. No, I skipped the trigger. We're staying here till I do this. Just because I feel I have to. Yeah, porting a game is not easy. Like, when you make a game for like, porting a PC version of a game is pretty easy, because that was already built with the idea of being on, like, so many different things at once. But if you say trying to port a Switch, like a Wii exclusive to something, that is not easy. Because you wrote it with only the Wii's hardware in mind, so suddenly you're trying to combine it into 13 other things. Which is why I will cut Colors Ultimate a tiny bit of slack. Not a massive amount. It did not it should not have been released in the state it was. But I got a feel for Blind Squirrel. There we go, finally. Alright, let's see what happens if I transition tonight on this side of the barrier. It's like, for the Werehog, they have to load an entirely separate map. Oh shit, I do stay on this side of the barrier. Eee. Yeah, alright, we should get back to gameplay. I wonder if I could help beat the trigger. Let's find out. I'll go for another 20 minutes, because I'm getting really tired now. Alright, let's go do Ice Cap. No, it's not Ice Cap, it's Cool Edge. No, it's ice cap if you take TSR into account. Excuse me. Wentos! Please give me more sweeties. Hey yo. Sometimes I say the dumbest shit when I'm tired. Nah, I doubt I'll be continuing this. This was just I kind of felt like it sort of thing. We might come back to it, but it depends on my schedule. Because things are already so freaking cramped with Gwen 10 and uni and shit. Because as it stands, I'm procrastinating on my advanced programming just because I fucking hate it. Like, I shouldn't be procrastinating on it like I am right now. Because I'm about 7 weeks behind.
Here we go!
You know, that's a problem for future me to deal with. Yeah, I gotta say, I do not like ice physics, so this level is not that great. I'd love to code ice physics just to make somebody's life a living hell. But I don't know how to do that yet. You know, YouTube has taught me more than my lecturer has. Oops. Shouldn't say that one aloud. Because it's a lie, you know? But it did take me basic play input movement. Yep. Do 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 do. Yeah, it's cool edge. I gotta shut my mouth for the entirety of this level because how good the music is. Do 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 do. Nah, fuck. Okay. I need to stop trying to do fancy tricks. I'm not good at it. It's weird, when you play the game the way it was intended, it's a fun time. But the moment you break away from the beaten path, well, that's when you, yeah, okay, look, I'm gonna end the stream after this level, because I am beat for the day. I need to go get a nap or something at this point. Apparently not Sega. Remember that time they like announced the hell out of being able to customize Colour's Ultimates controls? And what it really meant was you could remap the 4 buttons. You know, the 4 fucking buttons of jump, boost, stomp, and wisp. That always annoyed me. They're like, oh, you can customize your own controls. Like, no, we can reassign our controls, but you never gave us any quick step buttons, never any drift buttons, you know? It's all bullshit. Like, why couldn't they just given us the drift? I get it'd probably be really... It wouldn't really be that hard to program, actually, now that I think about it. It would just be taking on trigger enter, do this, and just slapping it to on button press, do this. Then again, Colour's Ultimate was kind of a fucking mess to begin with. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was something that was meant to be added but never got added. Oh yeah, these snowboard sections used to kick my ass when I was a kid. But now, you know, yeah, I'm gonna call it a day here because I have gotta go get some sleep or something, you know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry I'm ending it like this, but my eyes hurt and I need sleep. So, until next time, take care. Bye!